Have you ever met someone, and before a single word was spoken, you felt you understood a part of their soul just by meeting their gaze? We are taught to see our eyes as simple genetic facts, a color, a shade, passed down through generations, nothing more than a biological inheritance. But the most ancient wisdom traditions from around the world teach us something different. They teach that the body is a living map of the soul, and the eyes are not just windows through which we see the world, but portals through which our truest essence looks out. What if the color of your eyes was not a random accident, but a symbolic key, a quiet echo of the sacred energy, the archetypal force that your soul chose to embody in this lifetime? Today, we journey inward. We will explore the energetic blueprint encoded within each eye color, not as a rigid definition of who you are, but as a loving invitation to remember the power you were born to carry. This is not about biology. This is about your soul's language. If you feel a calling to understand the deeper layers of yourself, you are in the right place. Let us begin this journey of seeing, not just with our eyes, but with our entire being. For what you are about to discover may change not only how you see yourself, but how you understand the silent story your soul is telling the world every single day. First, we journey into the depths of blue eyes, the color of sky and ocean, the color of infinite space. These eyes are the emblem of the seeker, the core energy of the blue-eyed soul is one of profound curiosity and penetrating clarity. It is not a loud or aggressive energy. Rather, it is a quiet, steady, and focused beam of awareness that constantly asks, what lies beneath the surface? This energy resonates with the quality of water and air. It is fluid, adaptable, and seeks to understand the hidden currents and unseen patterns of life. It is an energy that is naturally drawn to the mysterious, the transcendent, and the spaces between words where true meaning resides. There's an inherent distance in their gaze, not of detachment, but of perspective. They seem to be observing life from a slightly higher vantage point, always searching for the bigger picture, the unifying truth. The spiritual mission of the seeker is to be a mirror of truth in a world often lost in illusion. They are here to ask the questions that others are too afraid to voice, to challenge assumptions, and to remind humanity of the vast, unseen spiritual reality that underpins our material existence. Their purpose is not necessarily to find all the answers, but to embody the sacred act of questioning itself. By staying true to their inner quest for meaning, they create pathways for others to begin their own journey inward. They are the lighthouses, the philosophers, the mystics, souls who pierce through the fog of dogma and conditioning, guiding others not with doctrine, but with the quiet power of a clear and honest gaze. The God-given gifts of the blue-eyed soul are intuition and insight. They possess a natural ability to sense the truth of a situation or the unspoken feelings of another person. They are conduits for clarity. This can manifest as a powerful creative impulse, a deep affinity for art and music, or a talent for communication that cuts through noise and confusion. Their calm and serene presence can be incredibly soothing to those around them, offering a sanctuary of peace in a chaotic world. They teach us that true strength is not found in force, but in the unwavering stillness of a soul that knows its connection to the infinite. However, every gift carries a shadow, and the test for the seeker is the risk of becoming lost in the search itself. Their profound longing for meaning can manifest as a chronic feeling of dissatisfaction, a sense that something is always missing. They can become so focused on the world of ideas and possibilities that they struggle to feel grounded and present in their own lives and bodies. This can lead to a form of spiritual bypassing, where they use their intellectual understanding to avoid the messy, vulnerable work of emotional integration. The greatest challenge for the blue-eyed soul is to learn that the peace they are seeking is not in some distant reality, but within the depths of their own heart, here and now. The path to harmony for the seeker lies in bridging the worlds of heaven and earth. It is a journey of embodiment. They find wholeness not by endlessly chasing the next spiritual high or philosophical concept, but by learning to ground their transcendent visions in practical, loving action. They must learn to trust their intuition, not just as a tool for seeing, but as a guide for living. When a blue-eyed soul learns to anchor their vast awareness in the simple, present moment, to feel the earth beneath their feet, to connect with the beating of their own heart, their gaze transforms. It is no longer a searching gaze. It becomes a knowing gaze, radiating a profound and healing peace that tells the world, all of heaven is already here. Now let us turn to the most common, yet perhaps most misunderstood of all colors: brown eyes. These are the eyes of the guardian. The core energy of the brown-eyed soul is that of the earth itself, stable, grounded, and deeply nurturing. This energy is defined by its strength, resilience, and unwavering reliability. It is the energy of ancient forests, of rich soil, of the bedrock that holds the world steady. Brown-eyed individuals carry a silent power, a presence that is immediately calming and reassuring to others. It's an energy that doesn't need to announce itself. It is simply felt. It's the friend you call in a crisis, the family member who holds everyone together. Theirs is a warmth that comes not from fleeting passion, but from a deep, abiding inner fire of steadfastness. The spiritual mission of the guardian is to be a living anchor of love and stability in a fluctuating world. They are here to build, to protect, and to cultivate safe spaces where life can flourish. This mission extends far beyond the physical realm. They are guardians of hearts, protectors of trust, and keepers of ancestral wisdom. Their purpose is to remind humanity of the importance of roots, of connection to the earth, and of the sacred duty of caring for one another. They embody the profound truth that real power lies not in conquest or control, but in loyalty, consistency, and the quiet courage to show up day after day for those they love. The God-given gifts of the brown-eyed soul are immense compassion and unwavering loyalty. They have a natural ability to create a sense of safety and belonging wherever they go. Others are instinctively drawn to their comforting presence, feeling that they can be vulnerable and seen without judgment. They are trustworthy, dependable, and have a deep well of patience that can withstand life's greatest storms. This nurturing quality makes them natural healers, counselors, and leaders, not through grand pronouncements, but through the consistent, quiet strength of their character. They teach the world the sacred power of presence. The shadow of the guardian, however, is the weight of the world they so willingly carry on their shoulders. Their deep sense of responsibility can lead them to neglect their own needs, boundaries, and dreams. In their quest to protect others, they may forget to protect themselves, leading to exhaustion, resentment, and a feeling of being taken for granted. The guardian's test is to learn that they cannot pour from an empty cup. They may become so identified with their role as the strong one that they deny their own vulnerability, suppressing their own pain in order to maintain peace for everyone else. The path to harmony for the brown-eyed soul is to learn the sacred balance between giving and receiving. Their journey is one of self-compassion. They must realize that their worth is not determined by how much they can do for others, but by their inherent being. Harmony is found when they learn to set healthy boundaries, to voice their own needs, and to allow themselves to be nurtured and supported in return. When a guardian learns to treat themselves with the same fierce love and protection they offer the world, their energy transforms. They become more than just a safe harbor. They become a sovereign forest, deeply rooted and reaching for the sky, showing others that the greatest strength is a heart that knows how to care for itself. Next, we venture into the wild and enigmatic realms of green eyes. These are the eyes of the alchemist. The core energy of the green-eyed soul is transformation itself. It is a potent, dynamic, and often unpredictable force of nature. Symbolically, green is the color of life, growth, and renewal, yet it is also a color associated with magic, mystery, and primal forces. This energy is a fusion of the clarity of the air, blue, and the groundedness of the earth, brown's yellow undertone is, creating a unique vibrational frequency that lives on the bridge between worlds. Green hazel-eyed souls are walking catalysts for change. They carry an intensity and a passion for life that can be both intoxicating and intimidating. Their energy is not meant to be static. It is meant to stir, to challenge, and to transmute. The spiritual mission of the alchemist is to serve as an agent of deep healing and evolution, both for themselves and for the collective. They are here to walk into the darkest places and fearlessly shine a light, transforming pain into wisdom and shadow into gold. Their purpose is to break down old, stagnant structures, be they limiting beliefs, unhealthy relationships, or societal norms, to make way for new growth. Green-eyed souls are the heart-centered warriors, the healers who understand that true healing often requires a period of sacred chaos. They are here to remind us that breakdowns are often breakthroughs in disguise, and that the most beautiful gardens can grow from the most composted ground. The God-given gifts of the alchemist are their profound creative power and their fierce, passionate heart. They are often incredibly intuitive, with an ability to see the potential for beauty and growth in places others see only decay. This gives them natural talents in the arts, in healing, and in any field that requires radical vision and the courage to bring that vision to life. Their presence is magnetic. They draw experiences and people to them that are in need of transformation. They possess a wild, untamable spirit that inspires others to break free from their own self-imposed cages and live more authentically. The shadow of the alchemist lies in the very intensity of their transformative fire. If ungrounded, their passion can turn into volatility, and their desire for growth can become an addiction to drama and chaos. They may unconsciously provoke turmoil in their relationships or lives simply to feel the charge of transformation, fearing the stillness of peace. Their greatest test is to learn to wield their power with conscious intention and wisdom, rather than allowing it to control them. They can sometimes be perceived as unstable or untrustworthy, not because they are malicious, but because their own process of death and rebirth can be unsettling for those around them. The path to harmony for the green-eyed alchemist is to become a conscious container for their own powerful magic. Their journey is about cultivating inner peace and stability so that they can be the eye of the storm rather than the storm itself. Harmony is achieved when they learn that true transformation can also be gentle, and that stillness is just as sacred as movement. When an alchemist finds their grounding, often through deep connection with nature, their energy stabilizes. They no longer need to create external chaos to feel alive. Instead, they become a walking vessel of healing, their gaze alone a powerful invitation for others to step into their own authentic power. Now we arrive at the shifting, mesmerizing light of hazel eyes. These are the eyes of the shapeshifter. The core energy of the hazel-eyed soul is one of exquisite adaptability and multifaceted perspective. Like their eyes, which can appear to change from brown to green to gold depending on the light and mood, their energy is fluid, dynamic, and impossible to contain in a single box. Hazel is a blend of Earth's stability brown and nature's transformative power green, and this fusion creates a soul that is inherently designed to understand and move between different realities. The energy of the shapeshifter is one of deep empathy and intuitive curiosity. They are natural chameleons, not out of a desire to deceive, but from a profound, innate ability to understand and reflect the world around them. The spiritual mission of the shapeshifter is to be a bridge of understanding and a catalyst for integration in a polarized world. They are here to dissolve rigid boundaries and to teach humanity the art of embracing paradox. Their purpose is to show us that one can be both strong and gentle, both logical and intuitive, both grounded and spiritual. By embodying this multifaceted nature, they help others to see beyond black and white thinking and to embrace the full spectrum of their own being. They are the diplomats, the artists, the counselors, and the storytellers who weave together different perspectives to create a more whole and compassionate reality. The God-given gifts of the hazel-eyed soul are their emotional intelligence and their open-minded creativity. They have an unparalleled ability to to see a situation from multiple points of view, which makes them incredibly empathetic listeners and gifted problem solvers. People feel deeply seen and accepted by them, as the shapeshifter's gaze communicates a powerful message. All parts of you are welcome here. Their adaptability allows them to thrive in diverse environments and connect with people from all walks of life. This creative and versatile energy allows them to synthesize seemingly unrelated ideas into brilliant new forms. The shadow of the shapeshifter lies in the risk of losing their own center amidst their constant reflection of others. Their desire to harmonize and connect can lead them to become emotional sponges, absorbing the energies and opinions around them to the point where they lose touch with their own feelings and truth. This can result in a crisis of identity, a feeling of being inconsistent or even inauthentic. The shapeshifter's test is to learn to hold their own shape, to remain rooted in their core essence while still dancing with the ever-changing world. They must guard against a tendency to please others at the expense of their own soul. The path to harmony for the hazel-eyed soul is to cultivate a deep and unwavering connection to their own inner truth. They find wholeness when they learn that their greatest gift is not their ability to become like others, but their ability to hold all aspects of themselves in loving integration. Practices like journaling, meditation, and spending time alone in nature are vital for them to clear their energy field and reconnect with their own voice. When a shapeshifter claims their own center, their energy becomes incredibly powerful. They are no longer just a mirror reflecting the world. They become a radiant prism, taking in the light of the world and reflecting it back out in a beautiful, unique, and synthesized rainbow of wisdom. We now enter the quiet and contemplative space of gray eyes. These rare and neutral pools of light are the eyes of the observer. The core energy of the gray-eyed soul is one of refined wisdom, neutrality, and profound stillness. Gray is the color of balance, the point of calm between black and white, shadow and light. It does not demand attention, but rather, it absorbs it. The energy of the observer is contemplative, analytical, and remarkably discerning. They possess an inner world of deep thought and philosophical inquiry. While others are caught in the drama and emotion of life's storms, the gray-eyed soul is often the one watching from a distance, not with cold detachment, but with a desire to understand the underlying patterns and universal laws at play. The spiritual mission of the observer is to be a vessel of clarity and impartial wisdom for humanity. They are here to witness life without the distortions of bias or excessive emotion, and in doing so, to reflect a higher truth back to the world. Their purpose is to hold a space of calm neutrality, allowing others to find their own center in their presence. They are the sages, the scientists, the judges, and the strategists who can see the whole chessboard of life. They are not here to be swept away by the current, but to study the flow of the river and to understand its source. The God-given gifts of the observer are their incredible perception and their strong, philosophical mind. They have a unique ability to see through complexity and get to the heart of any matter. They are gifted with foresight, able to anticipate consequences and recognize long-term patterns that others miss. Their presence inspires a sense of calm and rationality. People often seek them out for advice, knowing they will receive an opinion that is thoughtful, balanced, and free from personal agenda. The observer's greatest gift is the gift of perspective. They can hold the tension of opposites and find the middle path of wisdom. The shadow of the observer is the danger of becoming a prisoner of their own mind, leading to emotional detachment and isolation. Their analytical nature can sometimes devolve into overthinking and a cold cynicism. In their quest for objectivity, they may inadvertently build a wall around their own heart, finding it difficult to fully participate in the messy, illogical, yet beautiful experience of human connection. The observer's greatest test is to learn that wisdom without compassion is incomplete. They may feel like outsiders, watching life from behind a pane of glass, struggling to feel like they truly belong. The path to harmony for the gray-eyed soul lies in the integration of heart and mind. Their journey is about learning to step down from the watchtower of the intellect and to courageously enter the field of lived experience. They find wholeness when they allow their profound insights to be warmed by the fire of their own feelings and expressed through compassionate action. This doesn't mean they must abandon their objectivity, but rather infuse it with empathy. When an observer learns to share their wisdom, not as a detached analysis, but as a loving offering, their presence becomes profoundly healing. They become more than a witness. They become a guide. Their serene gaze a quiet invitation for others to find the wise, still center within themselves. Finally, we descend into the profound, mysterious depths of very dark brown, nearly black eyes. These are the eyes of the keeper of the shadow. The core energy of the soul with black or very dark eyes is that of the primordial void itself, the space of pure potential, the source from which all things emerge and to which all things return. This is not an energy of emptiness, but of fullness. It is an energy of immense depth, power, and unflinching presence. Dark eyes absorb light, drawing energy and focus inward. This creates an aura of intensity and mystery. The keeper of the shadow carries the weight and wisdom of what is unseen, unknown, and unspoken in the collective consciousness. The energy is ancient, silent, and deeply connected to the foundational forces of life and death. The spiritual mission of the keeper of the shadow is to be a guardian of the unconscious depths and a guide through the necessary processes of soul retrieval. They are here to hold space for the parts of humanity that have been repressed, denied, or feared, the shadow itself. Their purpose is not to bring everything into the light, but to teach the world that there is profound wisdom and power to be found in the dark. They are the shamans, the depth psychologists, the soul midwives who are unafraid of navigating the underworld of the psyche. They are here to remind us that wholeness comes not from eradicating our shadow, but from integrating its power and wisdom. The God-given gifts of the keeper of the shadow are their unshakable inner strength and their profound spiritual authority. They have an innate ability to hold immense energetic and emotional weight without breaking. This makes them incredibly resilient and a source of silent strength for others in times of crisis. People often project their deepest fears or greatest power onto them, sensing the potent archetypal energy they carry. Their gaze can be transformative, a powerful mirror that forces others to confront their own hidden depths. This gift allows them to facilitate profound healing, as they are not afraid of the truths that others run from. The shadow of this archetype is the danger of becoming lost in the depths they guard. Their connection to the unconscious can sometimes lead to them repressing their own light, hiding their vulnerability and joy behind a protective mask of intensity. They may isolate themselves, feeling that their depth is too much for the outside world to handle. The keeper's test is to learn that their role is not to permanently dwell in the darkness, but to retrieve its treasures and bring them back into the light of conscious awareness. They can absorb so much from their environment that they risk becoming energetically heavy or burdened by things that are not theirs to carry. The path to harmony for the keeper of the shadow is to learn the art of sacred release and conscious expression. They find wholeness when they understand that their purpose is to be a channel, not a container. They must create practices that allow them to periodically cleanse their energy field and to share the wisdom they've gathered from the depths through creative, loving, and tangible means. When a keeper learns to consciously balance their time in the underworld with time in the sun, embracing joy, connection, and simple beauty, their power becomes truly integrated. They are no longer intimidating, but magnetic. Their deep gaze becomes not a void, but a sanctuary, a safe space where others can finally meet their own shadow and come home to themselves. Beyond the specific hue and the archetypal energy it carries, lies a final, universal truth. The most powerful spiritual instrument you possess is not the color of your eyes, but the quality of your gaze. For the gaze is the soul in action. It is the bridge between your inner world and the outer reality. It is where your intention, your history, your pain, and your love become a tangible force that touches the world. You have met people whose gaze feels like a judgment, and others whose gaze feels like an embrace. You have seen a gaze that is empty, and a gaze that is full of ancient knowing. The color is the canvas, but the gaze is the art. Ancient wisdom teaches us that how we see the world determines the world we see. If you look at the world through a gaze clouded by past wounds, fear, and judgment, you will find a world that validates those very things. But if you can learn to look at the world through a gaze of compassion, of curiosity, of unconditional love, the world transforms before your very eyes. This is not a metaphor. It is the fundamental law of conscious creation. This is the great work, to become aware of the energy you are projecting through your gaze. When you speak with someone, are you truly seeing them? Or are you seeing a projection of your past? When you look in the mirror, are you seeing your flaws? Or are you seeing a soul on a sacred journey, doing the very best it can? The energy patterns we have explored today, the seeker, the guardian, the alchemist, the shapeshifter, the observer, and the keeper of the shadow, are not limitations. They are invitations. They are archetypal maps pointing you back to the unique gifts your soul came here to share. But the map is not the territory. The ultimate freedom lies in becoming a conscious steward of the energy behind your eyes. So the final invitation is this: stand before a mirror. Look past the color. Look into the light within your own pupils and ask your soul, what do you wish to see through these eyes today? How can I use this gaze not just to look, but to love? Not just to observe, but to heal. Because you did not come here just to see the world. You came here to bless it with your unique way of seeing. Your gaze is your power. It is your prayer. It is your legacy. Use it wisely.